Hello, and welcome to Medieval Dynasty. Ooh, we're just about to start the spring, and then we've got this event. Apparently we're feeling inspired and we want to encourage everybody. So, I can either deliver a speech and hope for the best. I can not bother because it's a bit of a waste of time. Or you can try to deliver an inspiring speech. That's if you've got anywhere between 5 and 10 diplomacy. Now my skill level, it seems, is 6, so let's try that and see if we can boost them, try to get them to do a bit more work or be a bit more productive. Ooh, so they're going to be 30% more efficient. Woo! Which is probably just as well, because I'm expecting a big bill this year. Yeah, 10,230 we owe. Ouchie. Right, so Bird is now just given birth. Oh, crikey, Bratamir has reached level 10. Oh, that's cool. I mean, Damrica and Edmund are up to 6, so that's going well. Oh, Dobro. Oh yeah, she's been that. She had her baby a while ago. Let's see. So Frida's just had a baby. So he's cheerful because of it. Ingolf. Yeah, so Unowit, he's partnered with Berta, so that makes sense. So there's still, ooh, wow, still 5 in the. Yeah, we've still got 5 who are expecting. Crikey. Okay, this is going to get interesting because, let's see. So in extraction. Oh, I forgot about the well. I should have put Agnes on the well. Fubar. Yeah, Agnes was supposed to be doing the well last season. I better check the water levels. And now, at the minute, I've got nobody looking after the cowshed or the pigsty or the stable, so I'm going to have to sort that out myself. Yeah, I've still got 2 market stalls. I need to get at least one of those populated, so I need to find somebody to do that, which means building a new house. Before I do that, actually, when it comes to chores. Now that I've got a builder, I'll get him to repair them. I've never seen him actually go out and do it, which makes me suspect he's still paying somebody else to do it, but you know. So I'm not seeing any signs of tools needed, because I did do quite a few tools just before we got to the end of the last season, because I still need a lot of production technology points to be able to build this tavern here. Still I mean, we're a long way off being able to get the Mark 3 or Tier 3 sewing hood, but the tavern, yeah, that's going to take a long time. So I was making quite a few iron tools, I was making quite a lot of food as well, but yeah, it's taking a while, so I'm more reliant on being able to do the quests. And speaking of which, right, okay, so I think that's my priority. Nobody's in need of any tools, so I think what I want to focus on first, because it's the start of a new season, is we'll go around the map and see if I can get any quests, particularly for production technology. I mean, anything else will do. I mean, I'm not, except for the ones that just ask for, you know, give you the money where it's like, go and kill so many wolves or boars and it's got to be done at night. I still just can't be bothered with those. I've got oodles of money. I really have got no problem with money now. I mean, the tax bill is 10,230. I think I've got something like, I think I've got about 6,000 coins on me. Yeah, I've got 6,000 on me. Just out of curiosity, we'll have a look and see how much money the vendors have made. Yeah, we've got over 20,000 just by what the vendors have been selling. Flax, I haven't sold any flax in a long time, so we've got, wow, by the time that's all processed, I'm going to have somewhere like 5,000 flax. So it's like, yeah. So I don't think money's a problem at this moment in time. So yeah, I think the focus is going to be to get around the map. I'll grab a horse. We'll go around the map, have a look for some quests. Hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, we'll get the production technology ones, because they seem to give out about 300 technology points. So that would speed things up. But in terms of what I do this season, well, I mentioned it's the market stall. I don't have an apiary, I must admit. If we go to farming, yeah, we can make an apiary. I just haven't built one, so that's something I could do. Could focus on building one of those, plus a house over there for people to live in. Yeah. It's spring, the weather's lousy, but, you know, things have to be done. Well, I've managed to get the house and apiary built, and I'm partway through getting the fences built. And then I've just realised it's getting towards the end of spring, and it's a case of, oh rats, the people, these NPCs, they actually move around. When you move to a new season, they'll have gone somewhere else. So it's a case of I'm going to be in a mad dash to try and find them now. If memory serves, I'm just having a look at my notes. So I think, yeah, rats, because one of them, she's over in Jezreel. So I'm going to have to get somebody from here and the vendor, he's over in Turkey. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I suppose I can get to Turkey pretty quickly because he's a vendor, she's a farmer. There's only about 1 year difference in the age gap, so this is going to get interesting. Whether I can pull that off, because I've only got a short amount of time. Come on, come on. Yeah. We're in a mad dash. Come on. So, yeah, I mean, I've actually been clearing out some of the horses. Yeah, so I've got like tons more money than I had even when I started. Somehow I ended up with like 50,000, which is a lot of money. But fingers crossed, I'll now be able to recruit these two people before the actual season ends. I mean, I'm heading to Turkey first because it's a pretty straight road from there over to Jezreel. It doesn't really matter where I actually end up at the end of the day, because I just get more or less just sucked all the way back to the house anyway. So it doesn't really matter as long as I've actually got them recruited, and as long as I've got them on their way, basically, then we'll be fine. So I think you're running out of puff and puff, aren't you? Right, so almost at Turkey. I don't know if I can turn you around. Oh yeah, that I managed to turn around quick enough. And to be honest, I'm not actually sure what happens if she runs out of stamina. I don't know whether she's actually going to throw me. And to be honest, I don't want to find out. So I'm just letting her slow down. But she'll run really, really quick because I've got the skill for her to run a lot quicker, and she also gets the skill because of the stamina boost as well. So if I go into the skills, it's one of these. I don't think it comes under hunting. Does it come under? Yeah, it's under farming for some reason. So I've got Night Rider. So that one means she can run 30% faster. And I've also got 1 point in this one, the Skilled Ride, which means she consumes stamina slower. Right, fingers crossed she's still here. No, she's not. Ah, yes, she's not, but he is. I'm getting things confused. So this is who I want to recruit. So if I ask him what he's interested in, for example, Bree, what are your skills? He likes to. Now he says he likes to track prey. Now I need a vendor. So if I ask him again, he actually then says, "Well, I get along with people, so that's what I want." Because if I actually come back out and go into inspector mode, you can see he's got 3 in diplomacy.
Friend.
And he's 22, so I'm going to recruit him. So this is Negrod. I am going to assign him to that house that I've just built. Actually, where is he? There he is. So we double click on him. Double click on the house. So he's now assigned to that. It was the only house I had available anyway. So that will cheer him up. He's now got somewhere to live. So now we've got to see if we can get all the way over to Jezreel quick enough. It's mostly a straight road. So we should be able to sprint. I mean, what I'm finding now is I can pretty much go on a sort of like a straight line to get to villages with a horse. I mean, you'll end up with some like hair-raising issues where like you're coming up against trees or something, for example, or you're going over if you're coming across mountains. Because the problem is, the horse might then start to hold on. I've lost the plot here. Yeah, I'm going the wrong. I completely lost the plot there. But if the horse is coming over like a mountain at a very steep, it's a pretty steep incline. The problem is it kind of like dives over the edge and starts going sailing through the air, and then it takes fall damage. So you've got to be a bit careful when if you're just going to take one of these things out on a straight road. Otherwise, they go really, really fast. So at some point, our stamina will run out. So I'm just trying to kind of do what I can to dodge these things with fur and fangs, basically. Just running past them at like a normal speed seems to be fine, to be honest. The only trouble is if you get caught out where you've got you've got some trees or something, or up against a really steep incline. That's the only time I've had an issue. And then then you're in deep trouble then, because then the wolves catch up with you. Bandits, we've just whizzed by. Interesting enough, there's times where I've actually gone past a bandit camp. I've heard what sounded like an arrow go whizzing past. You think, wow, that must have been close. But it's interesting because the horse's health is pretty high. I think this one's got like 300 in health. But although they've got like a food bar, what I've noticed is like if they do take damage, the health seems to recover without the food going down, and to like compensate. So I'm not sure how it's healing itself, but as long as you leave it, as long as you get off and just leave it on its own, it usually recovers. You don't have to necessarily take it like all the way back to the stable overnight. Like if I want to recover, I've got to sleep at night, for example. It doesn't seem to be the case for the horse. So yeah, so we've managed to get here in time by the looks of it. So where is she? That's her there. Yeah, Gromelda. So she's skilled in farming.
Hello there.
Hello indeed. So what do you actually like to do? Yeah, she likes farming. Great. So we'll recruit her. Great. See you there. In which case, I better assign her. Assign her to our house. There's only one house, and that's the one we've just built. And I'm going to get her to look after the apiary. Now, if I go over to the apiary, one thing I'm puzzling over. If I just assign it some... Yeah, so we've got a beekeeper looks after it. But there's no actual bees as such. I mean, we don't, like with the other animals, you've got to go out to somebody who already has those animals, and you've got to buy them. So that you can then start breeding your own animals and so on. Don't get that with the bees, for example, for some strange reason. Just, nope, nothing, just like, okay. So that's a bit odd. So that's fixed that. I mean, the warning's gone away, so we've got somebody assigned. They've got a work list. There's work to be done, but yeah, very curious. Other warnings, right? Yeah, we've got no one in the well, so that's well known. Fishing hut. Well, I need to make some more spears. Farming. We don't have the resources. cold. I'm going to need to make some scissors. Production. Yeah, I'm not too fussed about the kitchens. Resources, services. Everyone's just... Here's just complaining of services. Now, that stall there. So I'm going to assign him to that stall. So that gives him something to do. So he's now assigned to that. So the one thing what I'm not selling are herbs. Let me just double check. So tools, clothes, resources, food and herbs. Okay. Yeah, so there's only 5 types. That's fine. So what can we sell? Well, oh wow, we've got quite a lot. So I can start selling these excess things off that the herbalist gathers. Ah, now that would be useful if I can sell maybe one of those a day. That's not too bad if we can sell. Now that's quite a lot. I think that's too many to sell. For my liking, because they don't gather that many. Yeah, so I'm going to have to... I don't know if you... Well, I think when we get to the next tier, we might be able to get 2 people actually working in there. In which case I wouldn't really mind selling that much off. But otherwise my options are limited in terms of how many they can sell. I mean, we could sell... I suppose we could sell more of these. Because to be honest, I'm not really even using them. Sell maybe 5 a day. Yeah, I think that'll do for now. We'll see how things go. But to be honest, we're making so much money, it's just crazy anyway. I mean, what we want to do now? Ooh, nearly 45,000. Yowzers. Right, so it's the end of spring. So I think we better get better get back before we get forced back then. Well, I made it back with plenty of time to spare. I mean, not enough to really do anything much, so I just slept. And it's taken us into summer now. So I'm heading back over to here to see what the state of play is, because the plan was to build an apiary plus a house, recruit 2 people. So we've got that all pretty much sorted out. I still need to finish off the fencing. It's not really going to do much, you know, to protect against bees, basically. They can go wherever they please. Yeah, quite big. What on earth is that one doing? Why not go in there? It's like a little doorway you can go in. Anyway, whatever floats your boat. So they're just whizzing around having fun. I mean, theoretically it probably makes more sense to put one of those over there next to the fields, because then they can pollinate the fields, but yeah, I don't think it matters. So I think she's going to put her suit on. Yeah, she's now turned into a beekeeper. Now, I don't know why she's not protecting her hands. She's protecting her face and the rest of her body. But for some reason, she's not protecting her hands. Never mind. Well, I'd say if it had been me, I'm just like casually just walking up and having a look at these bees. Yeah, but I think the next thing to do really is I'm going to have to finish this off. I need a lot more logs. And then I'll be able to get that part of the fence finished off. Question then is, where do we go from there? Well, these 2 houses, these are like the smallest size house you can get. So I think what I'll do is probably rebuild these over here as well. I say rebuild them. I want to make the actual bigger houses, these type, and I'll move those people into those. That should cheer them up a bit more. Although to be fair, I mean, Agnes, I've noticed she's had her baby, so her mood's getting really, really high anyway. But yeah, I think that would make sense. Now, technology-wise, we're not actually that far off now finishing the building technology. Survival technology, that maxes out at 5,000. not too fussed. It doesn't. All that it introduces is this big fishing net, which I'm not too fussed about, to be honest. Farming technology, that maxes out at 8,000, so we're almost finished that as well. So that leaves the production technology, which is 7,100. So that still has a long way to go before I can get the tier 3 sewing hut, but it's still that tavern. So I've been pondering what to do aside from those 2 houses, and I've realised actually we don't actually have any orchards. So we've got fields, but you can see there's these columns for the different types of fruit you can grow, for example. That includes things like the hops as well, because I mean I've got some seeds that I've picked up along the way. They're actually quite expensive, incidentally. If I head over to here, I'm sure I picked up some hops at some point. Yeah, so there's hops there. So the hops themselves aren't particularly expensive, but if you look at the seedlings, like 250 is the value of that seedling. But the thing about those is, last time I ever used those, or grew orchards, it was just a case of I had to look after them anyway. None of the farmers were particularly interested. So you still set up a field as such, but it's an orchard. You plant the seedlings, and then you just grow trees and you just harvest the trees. So it's pretty much the same. As I say, I'm just curious as to who looks after them. It says there workers were assigned to the barn and their number is... I mean, we'll find out, I suppose. I mean, I can always buy a few. I've got plenty of money. And I think what I'll do is I'll make them over there, since that's where the barn is anyway. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do, because the only other real thing left is still this tavern. We're just so far off getting this production all the way up to 10,000. That's a big hurdle. So yeah, I think it's time we started growing some fruit. But that's all for another episode.